gratitude. Hello my friends, and welcome to The Simple Sober Life. I am Joshua, and I help others make simple changes to create a life of awesome. Welcome my friends, and thank you so much for joining me today. If you're liking these videos, please make sure to subscribe and give them a big old thumbs up. That really helps us out promote this message. So, with everything that's going on in the world today, we've got a virus that is causing a pandemic. It's causing, many people to unfortunately lose their lives. People are out of work and there's no money coming in. It's causing a lot of tension and it's causing a lot of stress. And, people are just trying to get by and, just trying to get through this. And, we get so focused on, what we have to do and the negative problems of the world. And, we lose sight and we lose focus of what we actually have and what we should be grateful for. And I am absolutely guilty of this. I am guilty of this just like anyone else. I'll be so focused on what I'm doing that I will forget everything that I already have. And I'll be so focused on, what I want to accomplish, and I'll forget about the things that I've already done. And, I'm so focused on, building new relationships that I forget about, the ones that are already there. And so taking a moment to step back and having, just a couple of thoughts of gratitude, having a moment of appreciation for the things that are in your life is so vital for us to keep moving forward and for us to, maintain our sanity. I've been doing a little bit of research on gratitude, and you know what? There is something to it. It's not a bunch of tree-hugging hippie crap. And, I have found this in my own life, throughout my life. When I have had periods of gratitude, I've noticed that other things start rolling in my favor. And, there is a lot of scientific research in gratitude and the benefits of what it can do for you. One of the things that an article was teaching me was that it has the potential to open up new relationships. So think about this. When was the last time you went up to a building, you grabbed that door handle and you opened it for someone and you allowed them to go in first? Probably pretty recently, at least for me. I try and open the door for people whenever I possibly can and let them go on in. When was the last time they said thank you? When they said thank you, how did it make you feel? Did it make you feel kind of warm and fuzzy inside? Did it give you a sense of pride, a sense of accomplishment, being able to do something nice for someone else? Or were they just talking on their cell phone and they went right through the door without saying anything? How did that make you feel? Probably pretty crappy. In fact, when someone does that to me, when they just kind of shoot on by without any acknowledgement of anything, I want to throat punch them. I want to just punch them in the throat because it's so aggravating. They're not showing gratitude. And so just that simple act of saying thank you can build that relationship because it shows that you are in a moment of gratitude, that you're having appreciation for someone else. And it's researched and proven that people who kind of go about life with a sense of gratitude build stronger relationships, and they're more likely and more easily able to form new ones. Now, in addition to relationship building, there are a number of other different benefits to having gratitude in your life. There are physical benefits to having gratitude in your life. Another research study has shown that people who actually have gratitude actually are able to reduce aches and pains. So if you have arthritis, if your muscles ache, if, things like that about your body are kind of tense and, aching, which mine are. I work in a physically demanding job, and so my back's aching quite a bit, my legs are hurting, my feet hurt all the time standing on concrete and steel-toe shoes. And so taking out moments of gratitude throughout the day actually helps relieve some of that tension and relieve some of those aches and pains. It's also proven to reduce stress and lower blood pressure. And we know what stress and high blood pressure can do to a person. It can cause stroke, it can cause heart problems, and a number of other different health issues. And so taking that time out to actually be grateful for the wonderful things in your life can help reduce some of that tension, reduce some of that stress, and lower your blood pressure. It can make you calmer. And in addition to that, it can help you sleep better. And we all know that sleep is a vital component of, proper, healthy living. And so just taking moments out of your day, set 30 seconds aside when you wake up and before you go to bed to be grateful and show appreciation for the things that you have in your life can help you physically as well as mentally. Now, gratitude has also been shown to be able to reduce depression and anger. I know at work, here lately I've been getting a little more stressed out. More responsibilities are being piled on me. I'm training a couple of guys, in how we do things around the shop and, the routine and things like that. And so, my stress level has been, kind of building up, and I find myself getting really agitated a lot quicker than I normally would. There's a young kid, he's about 23, he just started not too long ago, and just little things that he says will just kind of irk me the wrong way. And it's nothing against him, it's nothing that he's doing, it's all in the way that I am processing and dealing with my own emotions. And so, I have to take a step back. I'll just kind of look out into the yard and, take a deep breath in and show some gratitude for the things that I have in my life. And, I find that little bit of time helps, relieve some of that tension, relieve some of that anger, relieve some of that stress, and allows me to continue throughout the day and, train this guy in the way that he should be trained. And also to take on the responsibilities that I need to do to perform my job. It also increases happiness, taking in some appreciation and gratitude for the things that are around you. And it can be, simple things. It can be, monumental things, whatever the case may be. Just taking a step back and appreciating and having gratitude for the positive things in your life can take away some of that anger and really help you mentally and physically and help build up more relationships. Now, I would be amiss if I didn't share with you some of the things that I am absolutely and truly grateful for. And I thank, the universe or God or, whatever higher power might be out there every single day for the things in my life, the people in my life, the experiences in my life that are positively influencing, the way that I'm moving along. And, one of the things that I am absolutely and truly grateful for is my family. And I know it might sound a little cliche or something like that, but it's absolutely true and absolutely necessary. To be completely and totally frank with you, I probably would not be here without the love and support of my youngest sister and her family. And that's the bottom line. And every single day I thank the universe for having them in my life. And even more than that, I'm thankful for, the time I get to spend with them and the time I get to spend with their little daughter, Callie. She's 2 years old. And I will, in all reality, I will probably never have kids. I'm to the point in my life where I've come to accept that, and being a gay man at 38 years old, in all reality, I probably won't have kids. And so sharing this experience with them and watching Callie grow up is the most incredible thing that I think I've ever experienced. Every single day, she is learning something new. She's developing further and more complex language. Her fine motor skills are getting better. And, she's intelligent. She's telling jokes and making up songs and things like that. And her creativity is out of this world. And, a lot of times I get lost in the things that I'm doing. I'm working 60 hours a week. And then right after work, I come home, I shower, and I get straight into school for software development. And when I'm not doing that, I come home and I shoot videos, or I write a blog post, or I've always got something to do. But the other night I came home and I got showered and I was getting ready. I was pulling out the computer to do my coursework, and she looked up at me and she said, "Uncle Josh, will you play blocks with me?" Are you kidding me? My heart just melted. Of course I will play blocks with you. I would love to play blocks with you. But it took me a second, because I was so focused on, what I wanted to do and, my goals, that, I had to take a step back and tell myself that, that can wait. I can do this and actually appreciate the time that I have with her, and help her be more creative. And we built a little castle out of blocks, and it was so rewarding. It just kind of filled my heart with joy and love, and it was awesome. And when she was done with that, then I was able to take out the computer and get started on what I was going to work on. So my family is absolutely essential in my life, and I'm now 38 years old, and it's taken me a long time to realize that and to actually have appreciation for, that family unit. Another thing that I am absolutely grateful for is I do still go to work throughout the week. I have a job that I'm able to go to. It pays a decent wage, and I don't hate it, which is another thing to be absolutely grateful for. It's not my career, but it's, something I get to get up and do every single day that fills me with a sense of accomplishment. And I actually have a paycheck coming in. There are millions of Americans right now who do not have that opportunity. And so even though sometimes it's a struggle, sometimes I have to, deal with situations and people that, just kind of stress me out and piss me off, I do need to take a step back and, show some gratitude for that. And, remind myself that I am actually grateful for that opportunity. Because if I was still working in the restaurant industry, that would not be the case. And I would not have been able to make the progress that I've made up to this point. Another thing that I am absolutely, essentially grateful for is I have the opportunity and the ambition to follow my passion. I absolutely love creating these videos. I get a kick out of it. And, I know that I am making an impact for many people across the globe. And, that drives me every single day to get up and do something for this business, for this passion of mine. I've been through, a roller coaster of life experiences with alcohol and things like that. And, sharing my experiences has benefited other people. And, so I've turned that passion into, more than just a hobby, but a career ambition. And so moving forward with that and following that passion, being able to hop in my car and, following my passion of discovering new places. I love just jumping in my car and being able to just drive in a direction, not knowing where I'm going to end up, or what I'm going to do, or what I'm going to see, or who I'm going to meet. Just getting in the car and going. And I have that opportunity, and I need to be grateful for that every time I get to do it. Speaking of gratitude and speaking of getting in the car, my car is still a piece of junk. Yeah, my car is constantly beeping at me, and all of my dashboard lights are pretty much lit up. I've got the windshield wiper because there's a hole in the reservoir. The check engine light is always on. I don't even know what this light is. Some sort of brake light. I guess maybe that means that my brakes are really awesome. And then, of course, this brake light is always flashing at me. So that's my awesome car. But I'm grateful. It was probably the worst purchase I've ever made in my entire life. It was, the first car that I bought that I was able to afford. It was off of Facebook Marketplace or whatever, and it was the first one. I saw it. I needed a car. I bought it, and it's a piece of junk. But even though it's a piece of junk, I need to be grateful for it, because just before that, all I had was a moped, and before that, all I had was a bus pass. And so, I have to be grateful for the things that I have, even though it's not exactly what I want. And so, but it gets me from point A to point B without heat, but it works. And so I need to be eternally grateful for that, and know that that's not the end all to be all. But I also need to be grateful for the improvements that I've made in my life. And this is a hard one for me, to actually take a step back and see the progress that I've made in the course of a year, and really see where I've come from. I have been sober for, it'll be 11 months this month, and within that time I have I've started a job that has taught me so much. I've lost about 50 pounds. I have changed my lifestyle into a healthier one, albeit not perfect. I still have some progress there. I've built relationships with old friends. I've gotten in contact with them, and we've had 2-3 hour conversations over the phone. People I haven't spoken to in years, but absolutely love and adore. I'm about 90% of the way through writing a book. I started The Simple Sober Life, and now we've expanded from YouTube to social media to potentially selling merchandise. And I've made a lot of progress, of course, with the help of others. But I need to be grateful for the progress that I've made. Whew, that was a lot to be grateful for, and I'm not done yet. One of the things I am most grateful for at this time of year is the good weather. Sunshine, lollipops, and I love good weather. It just turns my entire day around. Here in South Carolina, the Carolinas, it rained for probably 6 weeks straight. It was nothing but cloudy, overcast days that were cold and raining. And I tell you what, seasonal depression is a thing, because by the end of it, I wanted to jump off a cliff. I was so ready to get out of here. And then the skies started opening up. The the temperatures slowly started coming and rising. The trees started blooming, and now we are getting into perfect weather season. Going on something that is very simple to be grateful for is life. You know, I wake up in the morning, I take that first conscious breath of air. I need to be grateful every single day that I wake up. And whether life throws a curveball and, you know, times get hard, or you're at the peak of your day and your existence, we need to take a step back and be grateful for that, because especially now, you know, there are thousands of people recently who do not have that opportunity. And that is something that I need to remind myself of every single day, that I'm able to experience this thing called life and, you know, take the good and the bad and learn from things and, you know, continue to grow and hopefully encourage and motivate and, you know, inspire other people within this life. And of course, my spirituality. You know, I've mentioned this before that, you know, throughout my life, there's always kind of been a hole in my soul. You know, something was missing. And, you know, with the help of my sister and her family, I've always kind of had been a spiritual person. I've always believed that there is something greater up there, you know, kind of looking down on us, or the life force, or whatever you want to call it, you know. But, you know, I've been able to take strides in, you know, developing that spirituality and becoming greater associated with, you know, whatever energy is out there, and that I am truly grateful for. And not last, and certainly not least, is my sobriety. Because without that, I would not have anything that I have today. In fact, I would probably be dead. And that is the bottom line. I got to a point so low that I didn't really care if I lived or died. And, you know, had it not been for taking that step into sobriety, I would be 6 feet under. And that is an absolute fact. That has to be the foundation, and that is something that I need to be grateful for every single day. It is, sometimes it's easy to forget that. You know, I go about my day and, you know, I just, you know, kind of go through it with headstrong and ready to do the next great thing. That needs to be at the top of my list for the rest of my life, because without it, I would not be able to accomplish any of the things that I want to accomplish. I would not be where I am today. And so I need to be eternally grateful for my sobriety. I hope you got value out of this. If you did, please make sure to comment down below. What 5 things are you most grateful for today? I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you're grateful for. Also, give this video a big old thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that bell when you subscribe so you get notified each time I create a video. And until next time, my friends, cheers.